Okay, fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the buys, sells, and dividends for the week of December 8th through the 14th. So with that being said, let's get it. Okay, so I'm going to go over the numbers real quick, and then we'll talk about the details of each. So I'm going to start with M1 Finance here. Yeah, for this portfolio, we're not really heavily focused on the whole dividend thing right now because, again, this is crypto season. We want to make sure we're making as much money as humanly possible with crypto. So let's get into it. We got 13 cents from Beto, 3 cents from 3M, $1.40 from WBA, and Horizon 45 cents. As a matter of fact, WBA, we're actually considering buying more of this, even though it's crypto season. We're not really focused on dividend paying stocks. It's just that Walgreens at this point is so incredibly cheap. I think it's been kind of really unjustly beat down, and it's at a price now where it looks pretty attractive. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so $2.01 here, as a matter of fact, and of course, Bitcoin's going to all-time highs. You guys can see that right now, pretty much on point with what we expected. I'm actually going to show you guys the chart here. So, yeah, you guys can see this thing just recently hit the weekly oversold signal. That's kind of a big deal. And again, the whole retail theft, all that kind of crap. Unfortunately has affected this company. Plus, rate hikes, and you got things like Amazon and whatnot. It's really been beat down quite a lot. But this is usually where value investors that think that a company has staying power, cash flow, all that stuff, will look at something like this and say, okay, it was $50, now it's $10. Maybe I'll buy some, right? But of course, everybody's entitled to their own opinion about that. That's just kind of how I'm seeing it. So, yeah, anyways, Bitcoin going to all-time highs. I suspect the miners are probably going to pop pretty hard this week. In addition to Bitcoin going to all-time highs again, they should move in sync together, and this is usually about the time of the cycle that the miners start screaming to the upside. Okay, so we got the M1 out of the way. Nothing going on with the Webull account. We still have the 84 shares of OARC. There is no dividends this week. Because again, we're not piling huge amounts of money into any of these dividend paying stocks as of right now, but you can see the last payment was on the 2nd. We're pretty much just waiting for this one to get back up to close to break even to cash out and move the money out of here into Robinhood. So next thing I want to go over here is so let's go over the Robinhood dividends first. So for this account, so we have GPIC. Again, these are the Goldman Sachs covered call ETFs. The GPIC is for the NASDAQ, and GPIX is for the S&P 500. So GPIC, $3.88. GPIX, 36 cents. We haven't really started loading up on those yet. Again, it is crypto season. We're kind of more focused on making gains, not so much income. So Coney, we did add a little bit to this as well, $540.40. QDTE, $18.50. YMAG, $40.62. YMAX, $33.40. Just so y'all know, YMAG, YMAX, and QDTE are all weekly paying dividend ETFs, okay? All right, so in terms of those numbers, it came out to $637.16. Now, in terms of the profit losses, so we took a small loss on GME, $16.48. Again, we were in a swing trade on that. We do still think it's going to go higher, okay, but we decided to pull the money out prematurely and throw it into CLSK. There's reasons for that. CLSK also, so basically we paid $30 to get out of the covered calls we were in because, again, we talked about this. $250 in covered call premium is great, but if the price of CLSK doubles, we're going to make $20,000. Okay, which one is better, 250 or 20,000? Hell, even if we don't even make double our money on CLSK, even if we make 50%, it's still 10 grand. Who's going to be upset about that, right? I don't think it's much of a stretch to think CLSK could go back to its swing high that it just had at $23. I don't think that's much of a stretch at all. Honestly, I really don't. So we were thinking about that. We decided to make that move. So now in terms of the profits that we made, so Dash, $642.90. We sold out of that one. AIOZ, we also sold out of that one, $1,257.84. And Horizon, we sold out of for $809.15, but then we bought back the same position a little bit later. So yeah, and again, it like we always tell you guys, it doesn't really matter how much you make; it matters how much you keep. Again, we trade too, so we're thinking in terms of profit and loss. As long as we make more money, as long as the profits that we have are greater than the losses, that's all that matters. Okay, forward momentum, increasing, moving forward, that's what counts. Okay. All right, so grand total here for the profits, $2,663.41. And we did also do some covered calls on what's it called? Soxel. So yeah, basically 126 divided by 3, whatever that is. I think it's $42 per contract. And covered call premium, because we just kind of got, and again, we do get impatient sometimes. We kind of got a little bit sick and tired of sitting around waiting for Soxel to finally do something. And then, gee, imagine that. We put on the covered calls and then it finally does something. I wonder. So yeah, you can see it went up quite a bit. That's it's pretty ironic. I literally told you guys this happens to us. I don't know why. It seems to happen every single time. Okay, so in terms of the buys that we did, so we bought some more Audius, or AUDIO. It's the ticker is audio. We bought some Horizon. We bought some Balancer, CLSK, Coney, and GME. Of course, we sold GME. You guys know that. So we'll go ahead and cover that right now. All right, so let's go down here to the native crypto portfolio. Okay, so we're on Audius here. I think we have I don't remember exactly how much. It's like 4,000, 4,500, something like that in this. So you can see we bought a little bit here. Again, that was part of the money from the proceeds of the profits that we took. We just positioned back into this because we're like, hell, it could do a 10, 20x. Why not just buy some more, right? Again, a 10x or a 20x, $500 is quite a bit of money. So, wouldn't be too upset about that. Okay, next one here, Horizon. You can see the sell here. Of course, we have all the buys and stuff here. So basically for Horizon, it would be pretty much $810 minus this. So the cost basis would be $810 minus this number here. So maybe somewhere around I think it was like 2,600 or whatever. So we bought a little bit more back in at a little bit higher price. Again, it's $15 per share on average, I think it is. But, the previous all-time high for Horizon was 175. So you're talking at least a 10, 11x just to get to all-time highs. Bought back in here on the 11th. Okay, next one here. So we got Balancer. So this one's finally starting to recover with Bitcoin, which is nice. Not going to be too upset about that. Okay, so we got a couple big buys and a little kind of baby buy here. So 6.13 tokens on the 10th, 145.68 on the 11th, and 134 tokens on the 12th. I don't remember what the grand total on this position is. I think it's like about $2,000 or something like that. So 15x, 15x that. We're not going to be upset with that. That's a pretty good return. Okay, so now let's go over the we'll go over the positions that we took losses on first. We'll do that first. And you guys are probably wondering, like, oh, you guys ever gonna buy some Bitcoin? I mean, it just keeps going up. Yeah, we'll probably buy Bitcoin at some point. I mean, we used to have half of one Bitcoin, or 50% of a Bitcoin back in the day. I mean, look it back. If we had held our Bitcoin, I think our average cost was like 16,000. Yeah, I mean, we'd be up almost a 10x right now. So, yeah, that part kind of sucks, but is what it is. Again, when we got into crypto back then, we didn't really truly understand the magnitude of what we were doing. We do now. So, yeah, we'll probably buy Bitcoin, quite a bit of Bitcoin at some point. We'll stockpile it, but the question of when is depends on the price. If you guys know what I'm saying, we don't want to be buying at all time highs up here. We want to let retail do that. They want to FOMO in at all-time highs. That's their choice, but we want to wait for some kind of pullback to get in. Just so y'all know, I don't think a pullback's coming in anytime soon. I don't think so. I mean, we would happily let it run while we stack alts. That's fine. We can wait. Okay, so Let's see here on CLSK. We got so many transactions on this at this point. And again, if you guys didn't see the bullish news we covered, we posted it on X as well. Basically, CLSK is doing like some kind of the MicroStrategy method. And they're doing also, I think a portion of that money is going to be used for share buybacks. Yeah, really would not be a short right now in CLSK, Riot, or MicroStrategy. I'm just going to tell you flat out, I would not be shorting those stocks. Nobody. I mean, unless you want to get absolutely destroyed, I'm not. I'm not trying to be that guy. So, again, I've told you guys before, like, when people were trying to short Bitcoin back here in this little pullback in time, I was like, I don't know about that, dude. And yeah, read a report on a whale that lost like $15 million or some crazy thing like that trying to short Bitcoin and then got squeezed like an MF, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so here it is right here. So we got the cover call contracts, so 11 in total for a total of looks like $253 in premiums. So we pulled it out for pun intended, pulled it out. That's what she said. So we pulled it out for $286, so about $30 in premium on this one. Or sorry, it cost us $30 to get out of this. So we got the $253 in premium. We paid $286 to get out of it. So minus 30, whatever. It's a small amount. Okay, so now we're going to. Well, let's see. We'll cover the buys first. So we'll go down here to Coney. Okay, so we got 403 shares on this. Again, the price has dropped a little bit because of the dividend payment. But again, our average cost is not that much higher than the current price. We do intend to add to this as it pulls back because eventually Coinbase is going to go stupid because retail will FOMO into the space. And the more it feeds on itself, the more the price of Coinbase is probably going to moonshot. Okay. All right, so there's the dividend payment. There is the buy the 10 shares at $16.91. Yeah, I just, I know these guys think it's a genius. Even smart money can get wrecked, believe it or not. But I know that, believe it or not, a lot of people in the previous bull run, in terms of like hedge funds and institutions, got bankrupt. I'm literally not even kidding. Some of these guys went out of business, billions of dollars to zero, trying to short some of these meme stocks like AMC and GME. I just would not be doing it right now. All the good news coming out for the miners, the timing of the cycle, the Trump administration being pro crypto, the Bitcoin stockpile, the Fed's cutting rates. I mean, bro, I wouldn't be a bear in these markets right now. I'm just going to tell y'all right now. I just simply would not do it, not even short term. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go over the buys. I know these guys think it's funny to play games with the markets, but if they really want to wreck you, they will. Trust me when I tell y'all from personal experience that can't happen, okay? The shorts think it's all fun and games to try to short the market. Oh, I'm going to short this thing to zero. Yeah, you let me know how that goes, dude. Good luck. That's all I got to say. Okay, so we bought 50 shares on the 12th, another 100 shares on the 12th again, another 100 shares on the 12th. We just decided to hell with it. We're just going to load the boat on this one. Another 50 shares on the 11th, another 10 shares on the 11th, 20 shares on the 11th, 20 shares again on the 11th. 40 shares on the 10th, 10 shares on the 10th, or 30 shares on the 9th, and then another 10 shares and another 10 shares on the 9th. So those are all the buys that we got. Okay, so next one here, we're gonna go over GME. And just so y'all know, I do still believe that GME and AMC are going to have a stupid, absolutely retarded bull run this upcoming cycle. Once alt season starts, I think it's really going to be ridiculous. You guys are going to be shocked. I'm pretty confident what I'm saying here, but we'll just have to wait and see. So you can see the buy and then the sell. The difference would be obviously what the loss was, so like $16 or something. Okay, so let's go over the dividend payments for the dividend ETFs that we haven't done yet. Okay, so all the way down to the bottom here, we'll start with GPIC. Kind of the idea with GPIC and GPICs is we want to get these on pullbacks throughout time. We're not necessarily looking to pay a premium on this one. You guys can see we're sitting on profit in this one because we are waiting for pullbacks. And I mean, we're not waiting like right now, but I'm just saying if pullbacks come, we want to pick up some of these shares as it pulls back. We don't really want to pay a premium for these because they're already pretty expensive. So, yeah, anyways. So here's the 388 for GPIC. Yeah, some dividend investors like to they just like to DCA in. They don't care what the cost is. They just want to buy every day, right? And some people like to wait patiently for pullbacks. We do a combination of both. It depends on the market conditions and a whole bunch of other factors. Okay, so 36 cents here on the 9th from GPICs. Next one, we're going to go over QDTE. Okay, so 1850 here. And then let's see. Next one here is going to be WiMAX. Yeah, so you can see the position right there. We have 272 shares of this, so $33.40 on WiMAX. Once we get back into dividend investing, especially once we've cashed out from crypto, we may start buying some more of this WiMAX and WiMAG. I mean, it's been a pretty good position so far, so knock on wood, right? Okay, so WiMAG, you can see the share count there, 241.76, and the dividend payment for a total of $40.62. All right, so the grand total here comes out to $3,428.58 for the week, which was pretty good. Most of that was from profits, obviously, but that's to be expected. I mean, this is crypto season, right? Everything in crypto should theoretically be moonshotting over the next 6 to 8, 12 months, somewhere in there. And again, we literally have all of these previously what would be considered headwinds starting to become tailwinds. Like I said, we got the pro crypto administration. Okay, Trump is the president of the United States. He wants to do a national Bitcoin stockpile. The Fed's cutting rates. Trump is actually buying actual cryptocurrencies himself. So, I think he's the first president in history, as far as I know, that actually owns and buys cryptocurrencies. Plus, you also have the bullish miner news. We know that the miners are most likely going to be profitable on the next earnings reports because, again, the price of Bitcoin as of right now will be profitable going forward in time for the next quarter. We also know that this is the time usually when Bitcoin has its next most parabolic move and the Bitcoin dominance is starting to dump off a cliff. I mean, I don't need to say more, right? The confluence of events here is perfect for cryptocurrency to start ripping as high as it wants to. All right. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.